it is?
What time is it?
It's time for some indie news.
See, I think we always expect Vader time, but it's never Vader time.
No, not really.
We need to do a Vader video so it can finally be Vader time.
That'd be neat if it was Vader time eventually.
Maybe one day it will be Vader time, but right now...
I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be Vader time sooner than we think.
Is it now?
No.
No.
Now it's still time for indie news.
Hey!
I'm going to open things up right now with a little disclaimer. You know how a lot of times if you're looking up the card for an independent wrestling show, it might say card subject to change down at the bottom.
Yeah, that happens.
So I had properly announced a card for a Beyond Wrestling show that was to happen this weekend.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what happened.
Unfortunately, the results have not yet been made available to me, so those are going to come next week. The Beyond Wrestling results, I will say, on next week's episode of Indie News. I still have Shine 33 and 2 Chikara shows.
Chikara!
But without further ado, I'm going to hand things over to you for some...
For those of you that don't speak initials, that's Ring of Honor. Because on Friday the 26th...
I just thought it was pronounced raw.
You were wrong.
Oh.
On Friday the 26th, we had the 14th anniversary
for
ROH. Happy birthday, ROH. So we opened up with what was originally supposed to be Bobby Fish versus Roderick Strong for the TV title. Due to the title change that happened at Honor Rising in Japan, the current TV champion, Tomohiro Ishii, was added to the match, and we had ourselves a triple threat match. Good match for the most part. There was an unfortunate spot where they tried to go for a near fall. Tomohiro hit a powerbomb on Bobby Fish and kind of held him down for a pin. And it looked like Roderick Strong was possibly supposed to break it up. Maybe Bobby Fish didn't kick out on time. But it was just really awkward because the ref hit 2 and then stopped and didn't count 3. And then Bobby Fish kicked out. And the crowd gave them a "you fucked up" chant. So,
not a strong opening.
Yeah, not the strongest.
You know, it wouldn't have happened if Chibata was involved in the match.
Well, Chibata wasn't on the show. Roderick Strong ended up getting hit with a brainbuster by Tomohiro Ishii while Bobby Fish was on the outside, so he was not involved in the decision, and he actually got in Ishii's face. You know, with the fact that he was originally supposed to have a one-on-one match, and he wasn't involved in the decision. We could possibly see a match between the two coming up very soon. But Tomohiro Ishii is still the ROH TV champion.
Go Ishii!
We had BJ Whitmer defeat Adam Page. Okay, the strangest thing about this is in 2 matches, instead of a steel chair getting involved, it's one of those like you're always sitting chairs. It's not a folding chair. It's like a dinner table chair. Which is the weirdest thing. So this ends up getting brought into the match, and Adam Page is like, he takes it from BJ, and he looks like he's about to hit BJ, and the ref stops him. So he pulls it away, and Adam Page is pissed off. Whitmer kicks him in the ding ding, and ironically hits a small package afterwards. So BJ picks up the win.
That's what happens after you get kicked in the ding ding.
Page attempts a rite of passage on BJ Whitmer. He's able to get out of the ring as the security guards are coming out and trying to break everything up. And then Adam Page goes on a tear and decides to beat up all of the security guards and hit rite of passage on one of them. So there's a good chance that we could see Adam Page getting into some trouble for that one.
Well, yeah.
Since he was originally supposed to face Tomohiro Ishii in a singles match, Hiroki Goto then took on Dalton Castle. He has a Planet Peacock shirt that I want. And there was Planet Peacock.
He's got a couple cool shirts.
Yeah.
You go check out ProWrestlingTees.com/DaltonCastle.
Yeah. Or go to ROHWrestling.com. down in the description. Check out their shop. I think they have a few of them on there as well. Hirooki Goto did defeat Dalton Castle with a suplex into a Uranagi. He did the setup for the suplex and then bam into a front slam.
Elevator.
Yeah, that one. Respectful code of honor afterwards for that. The crowd was definitely into that one. AJ, we're not ready yet. We had Alex Shelley taking on Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels had Kazarian in his corner. Things start getting a little rough towards the end. We also, strangely enough, we had Brian Kendrick on commentary for this one. Not sure why. He was just kind of hanging out, but he was special guest commentator. But Christopher Daniels is getting ready to... Kazarian jumps up and distracts a referee and throws... I don't know exactly what it was. It was some sort of metal object. He threw it to Christopher Daniels, who was about to hit Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin would run down and stop Christopher Daniels from doing that. And Sabin, he's talking to Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels would actually shove Chris Sabin, which in turn would then make Sabin spin him around and hit him with an enziguri. Shelley then hits a trap crucifix pin and picks up the win. And the Addiction then starts starts fighting Alex Shelley, and then Chris Sabin gets involved, and they fight off the Addiction, and we get the reunion of the Motor City Machine Guns. It was a cool moment too, because it was like they fought off the Addiction. Addiction's pissed off. Crowds chanting Motor City, and then Sabin lifts his hand up and points at it, and then holds out a hand for a handshake. And Shelley knocks it away, gives him a big old hug. So the Motor City Machine Guns are back together once again.
I smell tag team match.
Yes. Then we had the Briscoes taking on Michael Elgin and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Good teamwork between Elgin and Tanahashi. And also, the Briscoes are ridiculous. Like, Mark does this Death Valley driver with a fucking cartwheel that he pops up out of. Ridiculous. Unfucking believable. But
yeah, I'm not super surprised of the teamwork between Tanahashi and Elgin.
No?
Because I watched them at the
the New Year Dash.
New Year's Dash as part of a 6-man tag match where they teamed with, I believe, Shibata.
Yes.
Against 2 other people. I think they went against Omega in the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Or someone in a 6-man, and it was good. And they did have some very cohesive double team moves between the 2 of them during that 6-man match.
Yeah.
Which made me feel like maybe they do make sort of a regular pairing when they do shows.
They seem to be really good friends, especially based on the reasoning for teaming them up.
It was an
in this
8-man
match.
tag.
But Jay gets tossed out of the ring. Mark then gets hit with the Elgin Bomb and the High Fly Flow for the finish. Elgin and Tanahashi picking up the win. Then we had a one-on-one match between Kazuchika Okada and Moose. You saw a little bit of this one. It started off with teasing the drop kicks. Both guys hitting amazing drop kicks. Moose actually getting the first of the match. But yeah, it was a very physical match. They fought off into the crowd. Moose slammed Okada into the barricade and then went back towards the ring and then ended up getting him in the ribs with the ring post, which I don't think Okada was expecting that. It looked a little gnarly. But then we have this amazing back and forth who can hit the move first finish. Moose is setting up for the spear and actually mocks the Rainmaker pose. Okada's able to avoid the spear, ducks a clothesline. Moose ducks a Rainmaker, goes for a Rainmaker of his own. Okada jumps away and hits a front drop kick. Then gets back up, shoves Moose into the ropes, hitting the Okada drop kick, and then picks him up for a Rainmaker to pick up the win. So some great chemistry there. It was a really impressive showing for Moose because we know that Okada is a very what's the word? I can't think of the word. He's really good.
Yeah.
And I think
he's like a main event guy.
Yeah, and I think that this was a really good test for Moose because we know Moose can go, and it was good to see him actually put some work in and do a very technical style match with Okada. Then we have the 6-man tag team match. I made you watch this one because this was...
You didn't make me do shit. I watched it voluntarily.
Alright, fine.
I would have watched the whole pay-per-view.
That's true. First off, unfortunately, ACH is the only non-champion in this entire match. I wrote down a lot of spots for this particular match because, well, you know, it's the Elite taking on ACH, Matt Sydal, and Kushida. So, spot fest for days.
A lot of super kicks.
Yes.
I'll be real.
Also, Kenny Omega.
I lost count at like 14.
Well, I didn't write down 14. But,
I don't think you wrote down every super kick.
I wrote down a few.
Well, go over as many as you can as fast as you can.
I'm not gonna go very fast. We had the head scissors drop kick from the Bucks into a German suplex from Kenny Omega to Sydal on the steel ramp.
Yeah,
on the outside.
The German suplex onto the ramp was just gnarly looking.
Which then, you know, the Bucks ended up doing a dive, and then with them all out there, Kenny Omega winds up back in the ring, and we get the Terminator dive, where the awesome swanton to the outside from Kenny Omega. And if you've been keeping up on the the talks between Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods, we had a New Day sucks chant.
Yes.
In the middle of this match as well. Good work from ACH, Kushida, and Sydal. We had a flying knee into a flying elbow drop into the dum-dum stomp from ACH. Just super kicks for days. There was just everyone got hit with a super kick. Then
multiple like triple super kicks.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
That was just like...
Kushida got the first one.
So many feet into so many
And then
faces.
Sydal was like getting up and he saw all three of them standing there and just kind of accepted his fate and took a triple super kick. So we had them going for more bang for your buck on Sydal. He gets the rolling senton, but then when Matt goes for the moonsault, he ends up getting the knees. Then Nick ends up getting a Rana off the second rope.
Omega first.
Omega got the knees. Then it was Matt got the Rana, and then Nick got the Rana. Matt was on the top and ended up getting a Spanish fly belly to belly suplex type thing off the top.
Yeah.
The Kushida and ACH hitting a in-sync moonsault midnight star combo.
That was cool.
And yeah, just insanity throughout this entire match. Sydal is at the end setting up for the shooting star press, but on the outside he sees that Kenny Omega has Kushida set up for a tombstone. Kushida ends up getting the tombstone on the outside. He is taken out at this point, but the distraction allows Nick to ring and kick Sydal's leg out from under him, so he's crouched on the top rope. Nick runs to the other side of the ring and soccer kicks ACH in the face. We end up getting a Meltzer driver onto Matt Sydal into the one-winged angel from Kenny Omega, and the Elite pick up the win, which is a good thing because they were defending their Never Openweight Trios championships. Then we had the no disqualification tag team title match where War Machine defended against the All Night Express. They had a lot to try and follow after that 6-man tag match, so it was... There should have been more, could have been more. Hansen ended up taking a big dive through a table. Kenny King ended up getting a Uranagi from Rowe through the ladder, which was good. But it ended with Titus getting hit with Fallout, and War Machine retains the tag titles. And then in the main event, we have Jay Lethal defending the ROH World Championship against Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Baby!
Again, great chemistry from three amazing athletes. There wasn't a slow spot in this match. Just great technical work. But in the end, we have O'Reilly. He's got an armbar on Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is able to get out of the armbar, which O'Reilly immediately turns into a triangle choke. So he's got him in the triangle choke, and while he's doing that, Cole starts stomping on him. He grabs Cole's ankle, so he's got a triangle choke on Lethal and an ankle lock on Adam Cole. And so because Lethal's in the choke, the referee starts dropping the arm, and on the third one, because Cole's down there in the ankle lock, he stops Jay Lethal's arm from dropping.
Smart.
So then, in a roundabout way, we get a double super kick on O'Reilly, causes him to come back with a double lariat, and then O'Reilly goes for a brainbuster on Cole. Cole reverses it into his brainbuster. He ends up getting hit with a super kick by Jay Lethal. Cole goes, he goes for lethal injection on Cole. O'Reilly jumps on Cole's back for a sleeper hold, and Cole stops the lethal injection. Then O'Reilly jumps on him for a sleeper hold, and Cole is actually able to get O'Reilly off of him in time for Lethal to hit a double lethal injection to retain the championship. All types of craziness. A fantastic show.
What I appreciated there in a triple threat match is you have three guys who all have really good conditioning.
Yes.
So you don't have to be afraid of, like, the three of them slowing down at all.
Yeah.
Even if the match goes for better than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
So that is it for the 14th anniversary. I'm going to kick it over to you because you got some
results.
For
Shine 33.
Yeah.
And 2
I wasn't sure if it was ready for me to...
No, not yet.
Okay.
So we're going to hit you with the 1, 2, 3 punch. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to start on Friday with Shine 33. So we had Barbie Hayden. She defeated Leah Vaughn. Andrea defeated Tracy Taylor. Mia Yim defeated Luscious Latasha. Amber O'Neal successfully defended the NWA Women's Championship against Thunder Kitty due to some outside interference from Malia Hosaka, which may or may not, and I definitely mean it did involve Malia Hosaka hitting Thunder Kitty with a chair. Mary Dobson defeated Sue Young. Marty Bell and Jamie Jameson successfully defended the Tag Team Championships against Amanda Rodriguez and Eva Lise. Vanessa Craven and Jessica Havoc went to a no contest. There were multiple ref bumps, and eventually it just turned into the locker room spilling out to separate them apart from a crazy fight scenario. And in the main event, Taylor Made successfully defends the Shine championship against Kimberly.
Nice.
Marking Kimberly's first of 3 matches over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had back-to-back. Back.
So, speaking of back-to-back-to-back, that means on Saturday...
Show number 2.
It's Chikara.
Chikara!
Dead Man's Chest.
Yo ho ho. Boop.
And we get some strange implications on both of the Chikara shows.
Okay.
But we open up with Jaka representing the BDK taking on Shinron. Jaka picks up the win with a headbutt after Jakob creates a bit of a distraction and it allows Jaka to counter one of Shinron's top rope moves.
Leave it to Jakob.
We had a squash match where Pinky Sanchez dominated some guy named Sid Gilmore. Then we had a 4 corners elimination tag team match.
Yes.
Where we had Hermit Crab and Rock Lobster versus Dasher Hatfield and Heidi Lovelace versus the Devastation Corporation versus Los Ice Creams. First elimination, Los Ice Creams defeated Hermit Crab and Rock Lobster. Then Devastation Corporation would go on a rampage and defeat both Heidi Lovelace and Dasher Hatfield and the Los Ice Creams.
Wow.
So they picked up 2 points. in one match, and that's Blaster McMassive and Flex Rumble Crunch. They had Max Smashmaster in their corner.
Okay.
He was there, but he wasn't in the ring.
Maybe he's injured.
It's very possible that he could be. We also had the Estonian Thunder Frog make his first Young Lions Cup defense against the Proletariat Boar of Moldova. Thunder Frog was successful with the most apropos maneuver he could win a match with, which is a Frog Splash.
Makes sense to me.
Then we had a Atomicos 4 against 4 match pitting the Arcane Horde from Challenge of the Immortals. That's all 3 members of the Pateri and Oleg the Usurper. And they went against Amasis, Fire Ant, Worker Ant, and Officer Warren Marksdale. The Arcane Horde pick up the win with Kobold hitting the Demon's Toilet on Officer Barksdale. Okay. Then we had Jakob Hammermeyer come out and cut a promo tearing down Eddie Kingston.
Jakob has lost his mind.
Seems like not a smart move.
No, you don't talk bad about Eddie Kingston.
He
no matter who you are.
He basically challenges Eddie Kingston to an impromptu match. Eddie Kingston starts making his way down to the ring. He gets blindsided by Jaka and Pinky Sanchez, who beat up Eddie Kingston 2-on-1 and feed him into the ring to Jakob to give him the World Star Punch and pick up a fairly easy win over Eddie Kingston. And Jakob says he shall henceforth be known as King Jakob Hammermeyer.
You do realize you just made him mad, right? Like, Eddie Kingston just doesn't stop. He's going to kill you.
It's very possible.
Because that's what Eddie Kingston does.
Then we have the Chikara Grand Championship defense. Kimberly defending against Soldier Ant. She successfully defends, defeating Soldier Ant with a powerbomb into the alligator clutch.
Nice.
And then in the encore match, we had Rick Beanbag, formerly known as Chuck Taylor.
You mean formerly known as Scoot Tatum?
Yes, Rick Beanbag, formerly known as Scoot Tatum, formerly known as Chuck Taylor.
We need to keep track of all these names, by the way.
It's going to happen. Don't worry. I got it going on because, he defeats Wani, which I guess there is, despite the fact that he's been undefeated since losing the rights to the Chuck Taylor name, he's not amassing any points because he keeps changing names.
So Scoot Tatum has a point.
Yes.
And now
Rick Beanbag
has a point. Oh my god. This is ridiculous.
But it's okay. Because on Sunday, there was another Chikara show.
Chikara again!
This was Evil Ways. And we had the opener, Silver Ant would defeat Eddie Kingston. We had the United Nations being represented by Juan Francisco de Coronado and Prakash Sabar defeat the team of Ophidian and Argus.
Damn. All my guys are losing.
Yeah, we had Thunder Frog defeat Mr. Touchdown via disqualification. This happened when Juan Francisco, who's still apparently trying to recruit Mr. Touchdown to be a heel on Juan Francisco's little stable of heels, offers Juan a chair, or Juan offers him a chair. He doesn't want to take it. Juan is insisting, and so Touchdown is attempting to take the chair away from Juan Francisco.
Not accepting it, but trying to just take it away.
He's taking it away, and at this point, Juan is like, "No, if you're not going to use the chair, I'm going to use the chair." So
Juan Francisco is fickle.
Yeah, well, he's like, no, Juan says, "Oh, if you're not going to use the chair, I'm going to use the chair." And Touchdown says, "No, I don't want you to use the chair, so I'm going to take it from you." And Juan lets go and inadvertently causes Mr. Touchdown to hit Thunder Frog with the chair.
Poor Thunder Frog.
Resulting in a disqualification. But that's okay, because it wasn't for the Young Lions Cup, and, Mr. Touchdown's not having a good time as of recently with all this cheating stuff and all this. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? He can't get back into Dasher's good graces.
He should have thought about that.
Speaking of somebody who's in Dasher's good graces, that would be Heidi Lovelace, the former Young Lions Cup champion, because she would defeat Bug Nevins, formerly known as Rick Beanbag, formerly known as Scoot Tatum, formerly known as Chuck Taylor.
Oh, no.
In a singles match, and that would be her 4th point towards championship contention. Perhaps. I'm pretty sure it's 4th point, 5th or 4th point, 3rd or 4th point, I mean. 3 comes before 5.
3rd or 5th point? Not sure.
Skip
4. We don't need 4.
Yeah, no.
So, oh man.
It's her potential 3rd or 4th point. So there is a chance for the Kimberly Heidi Loveless title match down the line to take place.
If Kimberly can get past her 3rd match.
Yes. But it's not a title defense, so she doesn't have anything to worry about. Because it's a tag team match that happens next, actually. Oh. When Kimberly and Oleg the Usurper...
Oh yeah, Kimberleg.
Yeah. Kimberleg the Prince Serper. They defeat Flex Rumble Crunch and Blaster McMassive of the Devastation Corporation. Also, at some point, and I think it's before this match, it might have been after the match, and it might have been at the previous show on Saturday, I don't remember. At one point, Max Smashmaster cuts a promo, and I think it's after this match, and he starts, like, attacking people, and security comes out, and he throws security around. I think he hits the referee, and that causes Mike Quackenbush to come out, and, you know, Mike's the director of fun, he's the guy in charge, and he starts, you know, finger wagging in the face of Max Smashmaster, and Max Smashmaster actually pushes Mike Quackenbush aside and knocks him down. So there will probably be some repercussions coming to the Devastation Corporation.
Are we just building a stable of stupid people? We get Jakob challenging and blindsiding Eddie Kingston, and then we have Max Smashmaster pushing Mike Quackenbush?
Who knows? Maybe.
Morons.
You know, I just feel like, you know, Max Smashmaster's trying to take on the leader role after Sidney Bacabella has been dealt with by Oleg. And
you don't want to be the new Sidney Bacabella.
I just think the pressure's getting to him.
Well, let Blaster lead. He's better.
Speaking of Jakob Hammermeyer, though, as you were saying, we had our main event, which was an Atomicos match, which pit Dasher Hatfield, Icarus, and NRG versus the team of Frightmare, Hollow Wicked, Jaka, and Jakob Hammermeyer.
Oh yeah, that scary combination of BDK and Nightmare Warriors.
The match would be won by the Nightmare Warriors BDK tandem.
Damn.
Double tandem, because there's 2 from each of them. Hollow Wicked hitting a leaping Yakuza kick on Icarus for the win. Post-match, seen for the first time since 2014, Jakob Hammermeyer would reveal the Eye of Tyr.
Oh no.
And take control of Hollow Wicked and Frightmare.
What? Wow. Wait, what?
So now, Jakob has Jaka, Pinky, Hollow Wicked, and Frightmare.
He's got the scariest team ever!
In his pocket.
So wait, whatever happened with the Delirious thing? Is he still...
Well, Delirious has been gone for a long time.
But yeah, but wasn't he under control of the Eye of Tyr?
Well, if you remember, after the season finale of 2014...
Oh, that's right, he got released because they broke it.
Daisy Hayes presented Jakob with the Eye of Tyr as a gift in a little segment on the YouTube.
Right, okay. Oh no.
Which Jakob has kept under wraps for an entire year that he's had the Eye of Tyr.
Well done, sir.
And brought it out to apparently take control of Hollow Wicked, and we know from the Delirious thing, after Delirious lost to Ultra Mantis back in the day, that when you control Hollow Wicked, you also control Frightmare.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
So the BDK is looking as eclectic as ever, but also very formidable.
You know it's a scary grouping. Like, okay, taking Jakob Hammermeyer out of this, when the most normal-looking person on your team is Pinky Sanchez, you got yourself a freaky-looking team.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
It is very strange. We did also have an encore match where Chuck Taylor would defeat...
right?
Yes, would defeat some guy named Jacob Hendricks. I don't know if these guys, Jacob Hendricks and Sid Gilmore, were local competitors around the area, or if they were Wrestle Factory trainees getting their first little tastes of action. But yeah, they both came on and they both lost. So I mean, good tries, guys.
Yeah, no.
That I've never heard of before, but yeah. So that was the Chikara Friday, Saturday, the Shine Chikara Friday, Saturday, Sunday triple punch. Like I said, there was supposed to be a doubleheader from Beyond Wrestling on Sunday, but I haven't got the results yet, and you'll get those next week when I give you the results of my upcoming show that I'll tell you about after he tells you about what happened on ROH
Thank
TV.
You. Yes. And for those of you that plan on watching this Wednesday, you want to click to the time that's at the bottom of your screen right now, because if you don't, you're going to get spoiled. Here we go. We open up with a tag team match where the boys are taking on Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser, but during their entrance, Bruiser and Silas are actually distracted and get attacked from behind by Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle gets dragged away from the ring, leaving the boys to fend for themselves. They do a really good job. They are fantastic wrestlers. I hope they continue to wrestle. Unfortunately, the sheer size of the other team was too much. They wound up getting just, you know, what the Usos do, or, you know, the hip checks in just continuous from Bruiser and Silas Young, finishing off with a cannonball on both of them from Beer City Bruiser, and the boys fall victim to Silas Young and the Bruiser. Dalton runs back out, and he ends up getting taken out as well.
I think the boys combined weigh about 285.
Probably. So maybe we're going to get another person added to the Beer City Bruiser Silas Young combination and get ourselves a 6-man tag coming up soon. Don't know who that'll be, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm guessing 2-on-3 handicap match.
You're probably right, because the boys weigh about half as much as Beer City Bruiser does. Then we had back-to-back our semifinals for the Top Prospect Tournament.
This tells us that in the finals, we're going to have Trip Cassidy versus Ken Shamrock.
Totally. No, up first we had Brian Fury taking on Action Ortiz. This is the match that Action Ortiz needed. His match against Leo St. Giovanni a couple weeks ago was not that great, but he worked so well with Brian Fury. Very physical. This guy launched himself over the top rope better than I've ever seen Undertaker do. And this dude is roly-poly, but holy God, he got some distance.
Well, we've seen him take a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, but it was just...
He's an agile fat guy.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Or I'm not going to say he's a fat guy. I'm going to say he's roly-poly. Yeah. You said roly-poly.
Well, I'm going to go with that.
Action Ortiz is roly-poly.
So
Gabriel Iglesias, throw that in your shtick.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, just a fantastic work between these guys. Brian Fury just has such a great heel persona about him, and it worked really well. If you remember, he beat Shaheem Ali by grabbing the referee's leg and causing the distraction from Shaheem.
Yeah.
So in this, him and Action Ortiz are going at it. Ortiz ends up winding up and hitting a real stiff punch on Brian Fury. Brian Fury bumps, but as he does, his leg comes up and hits Action Ortiz in the ding-ding.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah. So because Action Ortiz is just, the referee can't call it a disqualification because it was an accident. But this allows Brian Fury to hit the pop-up powerbomb and move on to the finals of the Top Prospect Tournament. Cut an awesome promo afterwards.
By the way, that was Rick Beanbag's finishing move. Pop-up powerbomb.
All right.
It's also Scoot Tatum's finishing move.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no.
I don't know about Bug Nevins. He lost, though. He lost the Heidi Kanrana.
Right. Then in our second semifinals Top Prospect Tournament, we had Leo Rush taking on Punisher Martinez. This was amazing. Punisher Martinez had a fantastic match against Colby Carino. He works so well with really agile guys with how big he is.
Yeah.
And it's just such a great combination. I want to see more of Lio Rush. This guy is amazing. I had so much fun watching this match, but we get to a point where Punisher Martinez is going for what he calls the South of Heaven chokeslam, which is a chokeslam from the top rope. And I'm not saying he's grabbing the person from the top rope. I'm saying they're both on the top rope and going for a chokeslam. But Lio Rush reverses the South of Heaven chokeslam into a Spanish fly to pick up the win and move on to the finals against Brian Fury.
All right, who's your money on?
Well, I want to say we're going to see both of them are going to be showing up in Ring of Honor. They're both going to be constant, but I'm going to say Lio Rush is going to take it. I think especially since he just recently lost the Wired Championship in CZW, I think there's a good chance that he's looking to possibly sign an exclusive deal with Ring of Honor.
It's very possible. You know what? I was thinking about going against you, but I might be in the same basket.
Yeah.
I might be in the Lio Rush bandwagon.
So next week on Ring of Honor, we will get the finals of the Top Prospect Tournament.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, watch it.
You want to figure out which one of these prospects is the toppest of the top. Winner gets free tapas for life.
All right, and then in our main event, we had Matt Sydal taking on
Adam Cole, baby!
Yes! Great match, as usual. These the best in Ring of Honor currently. Adam Cole at one point did the Adam Cole, baby, and Matt Sydal gave him a high 10.
Matt Sydal's a very positive person.
Yeah. Then they were on the outside. Matt Sydal was going for a wheelbarrow bulldog, but Adam Cole was actually able to stop it and then reverse and slam. I guess that would technically be a German suplex onto the apron of the ring.
Or a wheelbarrow suplex.
Yeah, wheelbarrow suplex onto the apron.
That's like the second time in 2 shows back to back that televised, I guess, that Sydal took like gnarly backwards suplexes on the outside.
Sydal's insane. So then, in the end, Adam Cole is setting up for a Death Valley Driver, some sort of maneuver. Not quite sure what he was going for, but as he's going to turn Sydal over, Sydal's actually able to shift around and turn it into a reverse Rana and set up for the Shooting Star, hits the Shooting Star, and Matt Sydal picks up the win.
What?
And
that's a good win for Matt Sydal.
Yeah.
Because Adam Cole was just the #1 contender in the championship. So that could boost Matt Sydal up into the ROH title picture.
There's a very good chance at that.
With Mr. Jalethal. Jalethal White.
But that is it for Ring of Honor. We're going to move on to our one upcoming show. Kevin Hawk, what is that show?
We're talking March 5th. AIW. Absolute Intense Wrestling.
Absolutely intense.
Presents Fullest House, we hope. It's in parentheses. I'm not saying that we hope that it's the fullest house.
Okay. I wasn't sure what that was.
Or it's not saying that we hope the show actually happens.
Because we know it will.
Yeah, it's fullest house, we hope. Because they're hoping to have, they're hoping to sell all the tickets.
Oh, I get it now.
This is going to be taking place at a venue called Tequila Jack's at Mentor on the Lake, Ohio.
That is the strangest place for a show I've ever heard.
Yeah, Tequila Jack's at Mentor on the Lake, Ohio.
It's a mouthful.
It is. I had to think about it 2 or 3 times while you were talking just to make sure I didn't say it wrong.
I'm glad I gave you time.
Yeah. We got quite a few matches lined up for this.
Indeed.
Ethan Page has yet to be scheduled for a match, but he's going to be there. He's the absolute champion. We've got a 6-way scramble showcase of the AI Wrestling Academy students. It's going to be Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham, Joshua Singh, Alex Daniels, Britt Baker, and then 2 guys I haven't seen yet, Garrison King and Dominic Guarini, I'm just guessing that's how you pronounce his name. That's what it looks like.
All right.
We also have another 4-way match involving Facade and Cloudy, who have been in like 4-way matches in the last 2 shows.
Right.
But we're adding in, Brett Banks and Kobe something. I don't remember his last name now.
Kobe Beef.
Yeah, sure.
Kobe Bryant.
No.
Kobe Carino.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't want this guy to win last time he was on the card because he was on the Beyond card, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to win because I just don't like the name Kobe. We also have a female one-on-one match.
Oh.
It's a women's wrestling match. It's going to be Brittany Blake versus Ray Lynn.
All right.
Jerry defends the Intense Championship against Eddie Kingston.
That's the most lackluster name ever.
Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Jerry, the superstar. Jerry, he's over. We're going to have Homicide's AIW debut.
Oh.
He's going against one Mr. Tim fucking Donst.
That'll be a good one.
We're going to have Kaplan versus Brian Carson. We're going to have a tag team match between Weird World versus Little Guido and Big Mo Graziano.
Really?
Big Mo Graziano in quotations because he's not actually Italian. He's a giant black guy. But,
Is it Mo from Men on a Mission?
No.
Damn. That'd have been great.
And we're going to have the AIW return of Rockstar Spud.
Yeah, I saw this.
He's going to be going against Rex Brody.
All right.
But the big deal everyone's talking about
What are we all talking about?
is that we're going to have the official bachelor party for Dick Justice. And that should be the highlight of the show.
Not true.
Maybe. Who knows? Colt Cabana could show up.
And
There's a lot of people. Marion Fontaine will probably be there.
And we do know that him and Missy Hyatt are officially getting married at
Gauntlet for the Gold, which I think is only like a week or 2 weeks after this show.
So yeah. So we got wedding bells and AIW.
Yeah, how about that?
And something else happening this week.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's it. That's
all right.
That's what I put down as the main event.
Let's be real. That's gonna be the main event, unless we find out who Ethan Page is gonna defend the absolute championship.
I mean, if he does.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not to spoil much, but I know there's already been a 4 corners match assigned for Gauntlet for the Gold, a tag team championship match, stuff like that. But I'm not gonna tell you who's in them. You're gonna have to wait until we're a week prior. So take that. Suck it. Thanks for watching.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment, because we want to know if you have any of your favorite independent wrestling promotions, whether they are local, whether they are big on the internet. If you want us to talk about something specific, be sure to post down in the comments either Facebook, websites, YouTube videos, Twitters, anything that can allow us to see what these people are working with. We will be sure to give them and you a shout out on the show.
It's true.
Yes.
We want to know who your favorite people are.
Yeah.
So give us the information so we can regurgitate the information to all the other people.
And if they become one of our favorites, we can add them to the list of people down in the description.
The people in the description?
Yes.
Who are the people in the description?
Like ROHWrestling.com.
Suck it.
ChikaraPro.com.
Suck it.
AIWrestling.com.
Suck it.
LukeMonoFans.com.
Suck it.
And CZWrestling.com.
Suck it. There's probably more than that.
And many more. And below that are all of our social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, 2 emails, and a podcast. You can get a hold of us in any way, shape, or form. You can send us those links
Pretty much.
Any of those.
We've got basically everything but our phone numbers down there.
Pretty much. And our Snapchats. Our Snapchats aren't down there.
But if you want to Snapchat me, it's, I think it's, God, I haven't.
How often do you use your Snapchat?
I've never Snapchatted yet. Well, I think I tried to send you something once.
Didn't work.
No.
I'm not giving my Snapchat out.
I mean, I've checked out because I've like subscribed onto other people's things.
Okay.
I follow Tobuscus. I follow Sunshine Girl. But it's God. I haven't looked at it long enough that it's.
We'll tell you some other
I think
time.
it's Kevin Hawk _WR.
All right.
Something like that.
But yeah, be sure to check out all those links down there. For those of you watching on YouTube, check out the podcast so you can listen to us if you feel like it. Those of you
don't listen to this one because you've already watched it.
Yeah. Listening to the podcast, check out the YouTube so you can see
pictures
all the
and stuff.
pictures, see our faces, see the weird shit that we put on our set. For those of you that are on the YouTubes right now, check out the playlist.
There's a playlist.
There's a lot of videos this week. We got Fastlane
Suck
review.
it.
We got Raw review.
Suck it.
We got wrap up.
Suck it.
SmackDown rundown.
Suck it.
And this indie news.
That's the last video of the week, which means the next time you see us will be Monday, or after Monday. Tuesday,
Suck it.
which is the day after Monday,
Suck it.
for the Raw review.
Suck it.
In episode, what episode is it? 89?
90.
90.
90
Wow.
this week.
I was behind, apparently.
So,
I
thanks
thought
for
this was
watching,
week 88.
and we'll see you at whatever video
Suck
you
it.
decide to watch next.
Too sweepy?
Fuck Alex Riley.
Suck it.
Alex Riley.
No.